Welcome back to Irish Outlaw Garage. It's an exciting day, even though it's freezing cold outside, of course. It was nice all week. That's a weekend, of course. It's time to put our 304 back in our 74 AMC Javelin. This is always my least favorite part. Something always goes wrong. Parts are wrong, parts didn't come in, it's junk. It happens, right? It does. Got a few things I need to get. Waiting on my motor mounts will be in, but I did a few things to this since the last time you saw it, so let me get you in here and show you what I've done. So there's Javy's motor, 304. If you haven't watched the other videos, you should go back and watch them. There's a lot to them. Things that I've done is I had to weld up this here, had a crack in it. I got that fixed, and I actually bought a new back piece. It's the piece that goes right here, I believe, and it holds this steady, and I had to order a new one because mine was all jacked up when I got it, and I kind of finagled it together. But so yeah, got the distributor in, got the thermostat housing, new thermostat. I went ahead and put a 180 in it. It had a 195, and she liked to run up there in the 210, like happily in 210, but that was the old motor, so this one should be a lot better. Got all the pulleys cleaned up and repainted because, you know, why not make them look nice. Put the new fuel pump on here. Now, I've got an interesting story about this fuel pump. I'll show you here in just a little bit, the one that I took off, and it was new. Went with the original stock manifolds. Why? Because that's the original exhaust on Javy. And these fit perfectly in there. They were fine. They actually, I looked in there, the flow was pretty good on them. They're heavy as hell. And I cleaned them up, gave them some rust preventative stuff that doesn't work, probably won't work. And then I had some high temp grill and oven paint laying around, and that's what this is. It's just silver. So hopefully, you know, that'll last at least 5 minutes. And get it on both sides. Did get all that done, made sure everything was tight and good, got me a new oil sending thing down in here, because the other one was leaking, but yeah, I even ordered me a new one of these. I've got one coming, because this one's like, there's nothing left of it, there's no filament in it. So, a few other things. There's the backing plate, goes to the transmission. There's what, basically a saver plate for the new flex plate. I've got it all painted up. I got all fancy. Look at that. Matches the motor, and that matches the intake and the pan. Not that you'll ever see it, but it looks nice. So, a couple things. I went ahead and ordered new motor mounts, and the reason I did is because these were cracked in like a bunch of different places, like weather cracking, and they just weren't good, and they're only $25, guys. I mean, come on, 25 bucks for two, just get the new one. Now, let's get on to an oil leak problem that I didn't catch right away. This is the fuel pump that I put on before Power Tour last year, okay? Wasn't leaking out the seal, but this is turning on its edge. Look at that. I can turn it. It was blowing oil out the seal. Okay? That's a place that nobody ever looks. My Ford pumps on my old Mustangs did the same thing. This thing was blowing oil everywhere. Right out the pump. It goes down in here, gets down in there where it, you know, it oils the mechanisms and sciences and stuff, and then it just blows it right out this seal. And look at that. There, now she's really bad. I got her wide open. Yeah, so if you got an oil leak on that side of your motor, make sure you check these. I can't believe I didn't think about that, but this pump was worn out anyway. I'm just sitting here thinking, wow. It's cold, and we're about to put an engine in. Be nice if I had a shop, but I don't. So, time to put on coveralls. Yay! Favorite thing to do. Motor mounts came in, actually overnight. So they got here last night, and I went in there today thinking this morning I was just going in to get some brake clean stuff just so I could keep going, and came overnight with my plugs. They didn't have the plugs in stock. Had to order them. I always, even in some Fords, always use AC Delco plugs. They're just all around good plug. And these are the ones that the motor actually calls for. I believe, I don't know what this motor came out with from the factory. Probably Autolites, back when Autolite were good. But that's what I bought here, just to test the thing out, because they were cheap. They were cheap. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money. And these plugs are still okay, but they are Autolites, and I wouldn't put these in my weed whacker. You know, some people love them, swear by them. I just don't. The gap calls for 35, but I'm running an HEI, not points. So this has got a whole lot more whack to it. So we're going to open them up to about 40. I don't think I'll put the wires on yet because they just get in the way. But after this, I just got to get the cherry picker up here, clean me out some room, get this motor up on there, and then I got to make me a way to Javi, you know, somehow get some metal so I can get, I'm going to bring her a little closer to me. That'll be a whole thing because the transmission's on a jack. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. So let me get these in. Okay. Motor mounts on, put new bolts on it because the other ones are looking a little shady. But got all the plugs in. I did blow some WD-40 in the cylinders before I put the plugs in. That helps kind of lubricate at the first startup. Should be good to go there. And now we just need to get Javi out there, right there. Can I zoom? Do I know how to zoom? I do. Look at that. She's out there. Give me my motor. Well, we're going to give her motor. All right, let's get set up to put her in. Well, it's that time. See, I don't know, usually that would scare her away, but whatever. Anyway, she's all ready to stick in. Look right there. You see how that nice blue? Yeah. All I did was clean it off. I rust treated it, and I just kind of spritzed the metallic blue paint that I used on Blanche's engine. So it's not a perfect match, but at least it gives it, you know, at least it still looks patinaed, you know, patinaed, old, like me. So let's get it in. You don't need all the fancy stuff. Just get you some tin, noisy tin, and she just has to go in. You can see it right there. She's in. Motor mounts are all in. Let me show you that. You can see it right down there, maybe. But yeah, the motor mounts are in both sides. Oh, no, we're off on this side. Okay, let me get that real quick. Get in there. I know what you're asking. Why do you have the cherry picker hooked up back to the motor when you already had it dropped in and bolts in it? That would be because when I put the bolts in it, I didn't realize when I was jerking around with it. That's right. I knocked the torque converter out of its place and it went up against the flywheel. So I took some bolts out, loosened some out, just far enough. Hopefully I can get my fingers in the starter hole and get her back in its spot. This thing would almost be getting ready to start if I wouldn't have found that. But I'm glad I found it when I did, and not when I had it all bolted and all the front end and everything, and then went to do the fly. Yeah, so I'm gonna get it loose. So I was able to pull the motor just far enough forward, left the bolts in it so it wouldn't get disaligned, and to get that sucker reset. She's on there. She's good to go. So anyway, yeah, this is what it looks like. It's nasty. I need to clean this off all up. But what happened was I was in the middle while I was down here. Let me go. Oh, fat and old sucks. I was in the middle of going ahead and changing. I was going to pull this fitting out because I think it's leaking, so I'm going to take it out, goop it up, stick it back in. And then I noticed this was loose too, so I'm probably ended up having to take the transmission out at some point. But this is brand and new, and I pulled that off and it was full of transmission fluid. I don't know if it was just stuff that came back and went in there or what, but I'll put it all back together the way it is, but I am going to regoop that. I think that's leaking. I do think that this shaft seal is leaking too, which they're common in these, and honestly, if I'm going to do it, I'll probably just fix the whole thing, but I don't know, we'll see. If it's leaking bad, I'll pull the damn transmission, I guess. Well, underneath is done, exhaust is on. I got it buttoned up a little bit. I still got to put the cover on, but I'm going to wait until after I get it running and started, and I'm going to get back underneath here. Yeah, she's all hooked up, starter, everything, got the oil pressure is done, everything down here is done. So now, I already got the ground hooked up. Now I got to get this thing down so I can work on it a little easier, and let's put that top end back together. What's happening, y'all? Let me show you what I've got done. Hey, Stormy Pants. How about that? Huh? She's all together except for the spark plug wires. I gotta get them on. I want to get some anti-freeze. All the belts are tight. Carburetor's on. Everything's good. I think I got everything hooked up pretty good. I still need to get rid of that line off the transmission over there, but spark plug wires are right there. They're all good. Just got to set that up, get top dead center again because I had to turn it. Shouldn't be a problem. Battery's charging. May finish this in the morning. And we'll break that cam in, huh? See, normally I wouldn't care about neighbors and all that stuff, breaking the cam in tonight, but I'm just going to go ahead and do the right thing and wait till it's daylight so I can pay better attention to what's going on, because I've been working on it all day. A little tired, so I want to make sure I'm on top of my game when I start this motor. So I'll see you in the morning. Morning. It's actually kind of nice this morning. Got up. Most of my pain is still here because it's cold, I'm old, and rocks aren't very forgiving. I got to button up a few things on the Javelin. I got to get that transmission line. I guess it was a temperature, pressure line, maybe. I don't know what they had it on there for, but I'm going to take it off and plug it. Last night late, I did fill it full of antifreeze. Rural King, $5.99 a gallon for premix because I don't want to deal with mixing. No leaks, no nothing, and aired down. I just topped it off. It's good to go. When we get this thing changed right here, then we'll get on putting those plug wires on. Make sure she's top dead center. Got the battery all charged up. Here we go. Well, it is that time. Might take a couple times for it to get going. I gotta get some fuel pumped in, but I got everything hooked up in park. Should be right. My starter. So it'll take a couple times. She's gonna go. Oh, we gotta get some fuel up there. There you go. Fuel right away. By the way, this is, two-stroke mix. Woo! He's out. Close. We're close. What the hell? Did I get the fuel? Ah! I don't think she's getting fuel. Why would that be? So I had just put fuel in this thing before it parked. And it's empty. Great. Damn it! I'm too old for this shit. Oh. Ow. I'll be back. Note to self. When you're gonna break in a cab, make sure the car has gas. Idiot. Helps if you put the cap on. Take 3. So it took a couple of licks, but once I got it lined out, she's running good now. Got about 10 more minutes.
Don't mind all the green water. That was my bad. My bad. But I thought it got the air holes, you know, the air bubbles out of it, but it didn't. But didn't hurt nothing. She's running smooth. Oh, yeah. Oh, Javy's alive. What do we got for temps and all that? Oh, yeah. 180, 30 at idle hot, 14 volts. I think we're good. I don't see anything leaking. This thing has a bad heater core in it. Heck yeah. Well, now we got to shut her down. I got to run to town because I ruined one of my oil filters and we got to change the oil. A few little things here and there. I'm not really liking how that carb's doing me, but we'll see what happens. I got another bracket to put on. I forgot to put the bolts on the transmission dipstick, and it needs trans fluid because we dumped a bunch out. So, heck yeah. Yeah. Alright, oil's changed. It's full of crap. Got this bolt on this dipstick. Throw this magic juice in there for helping with all the seals and whatnots. Got me some premium ATF, you know. Transmission ain't adjusted out right yet, by the way. It's still iffy, but that's okay. Brake master seals, you know, it's leaking right on my new paint. So a couple things I did. Made sure all the fluids were topped off, made sure nothing was on the exhaust, all that crap. Heater core started leaking while it was idling. I knew that thing was bad, so we'll probably have to replace it, but luckily it's getting warm, so I may just, you know, bypass it for now. I did put an RPM gauge in it, chucked all the wires up in good because I've never had one in it, and I thought, well, why not? We may get a little spicy with it once in a while. It's supposed to be a toy, so can't really drive it too far yet because I noticed that transmission mount is banging around, and I'm not taking a chance. But I'm just gonna take her for a drive, see what she does, just to the lot and back. You know, around my yard. Fingers crossed, man. Well, that's going to do it, folks. This thing's got great oil pressure, it doesn't overheat. I got to do some timing adjustments yet. I got to do the carb has some issues. And it's an Edelbrock 600. It should be fine. I can just take it apart and maybe clean it out. May have got some gunk in it from sitting in the garage. I don't know. But yeah, folks, she runs good. I'm extremely happy. Now what? Oh yeah, I got another engine to build. Goes in that truck. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Notifications if you want. Maybe try getting into that Angry Mick Club. It costs you $1.99. Cheap as I could get it. And everything that goes from that's going right back into these cars. I work for a living, so anything I make off of this YouTube is going into the cars for enjoyment of everybody else. Everybody loves to see me fail.
Who doesn't like a good fail? This one ain't a fail. Had some ups and downs though, didn't it? Phew. Thanks, guys. Peace out. Yay, she's done. Now I can take a break. Oh.